Megastars are clashing for the U.S. title. Mommy wants her redemption. And how will this next chapter of the story go for Cody and the Bloodline? This is the Dangerous Jobbers Podcast, SummerSlam Predictions.
People have been asking me, why, Eddie, why?
I'm better than you.
My eyes are red. I was in the back smoking a joint with Van Dam.
You know it.
Yo. So I'm your boy, Stevie Jobber.
I'm your boy, Dangerous Duke.
And welcome back to the Dangerous Jobbers Podcast, putting wrestling over one podcast at a time.
Yes, sir.
As my brilliant co-host said, we're here to review the SummerSlam match card, the predictions, and not all the matches are set. Do you want to talk about the possible tag match first, and then we'll get to the main card, all the big championship matches and blood feuds going down tonight?
Yeah, sure. Why not? So, obviously, there's rumors swirling that there's a tag team match potentially to be added. And said match is of somebody who is from the Cleveland area. So, when somebody's from Cleveland or from any town that's hosting a pay-per-view, they got to be featured in some way. And that is one, The Miz with R-Truth taking on the team of Finn Balor and JD McDonough for the tag team titles. I'll be honest, I hope this match happens. I want it to happen. Steve, what do you think?
I think it'll be good for just having another tag match. I mean, it doesn't strike me as like a huge match with a lot of stakes. I don't think the titles are gonna move, but I think it'll be great to have Miz in Cleveland with R-Truth as a babyface for what I feel like might be the first time in a long time. So I think it'll be good for Cleveland. I think they could start the show potentially.
Yeah, it would probably be the show starter. It'd probably be the opener.
But all in all, I think it'll be probably just a very entertaining adding to the card.
Mm-hmm.
I'm for it. I don't want to seem like I'm not. What's your predictions? Who do you think is going to win?
You know what? If that match was to happen, I would say it's a little too early to take it off of Finn and JD, especially with everything else going on, Judgment Day wise. So I think I would have to go Finn and JD retaining.
You think they're going to thread the story? Do you think there's going to be any like actual happenings? Do we think Finn's gonna, or is this just gonna be probably just a clean win to start the show?
Well, hold on now. I didn't say it was gonna be a clean win. I mean, Carlito's still hanging around, so
that's true. I do tend to forget about Carlito until he's had his funny moments.
Yeah, so I would say JD and Finn win a la Carlito assist.
I could see that. I could see Carlito tricking R-Truth or something like that and pulling off the win at the end. All right. Big match card. Let's start with Ego versus Ego. Not talking Punk and McIntyre, but for the United States Championship, Logan Paul versus LA Knight. The Megastar versus the internet star, social media.
The Cleveland Star?
Cleveland Star, hometown hero. Yeah, Logan Paul. Oh, man, yeah. Is that going to be weird? Do you think the crowd is going to be behind Logan Paul?
No.
No?
Not at all. Not at all.
You think LA Knight gets cheered in Cleveland?
Yeah, man. Like LA Knight says, he's definitely top 2 and he's not number 2. LA Knight is going to be walking in there. The crowd is going to be, as soon as his music hits, they're going to be screaming LA Knight. There's no way he gets booed in Cleveland.
All right. We'll see. I wonder if it's the MJF effect of MJF showing up in New York, but it's probably a different kind of love, because I feel like people just like to hate Logan Paul.
Yeah, it's a fun thing to do. It's like Dom. If Dom was to go to San Diego, I'm sure Dom's gonna get booed in San Diego.
Right. I'm pretty sure he got booed in Mexico.
Yeah,
So
see?
I could see it. I could see it. Well, I hope that's the way it plays out. It would be kind of weird. Do you think Logan's gonna have an extra entrance? You think he's gonna go WrestleMania style for his entrance, or
I wouldn't be surprised if he brought in Jake for his entrance.
if he brought in? Oh yeah, the Paul brothers together.
Yeah, especially after the Platinum Mike Perry fight. I would not be surprised in the slightest if he brought Jake Paul with him.
I would think that if he brought Paul with him, he's probably gonna retain. That's that's
Nah.
that's my prediction. I have LA Knight only if the other Paul brother is not present. I feel like LA Knight's momentum can overcome everything but a second Paul. I
No, I could still see it.
those two together would bring, you know.
I could see it to where they try to cheat and like Logan's holding LA and then LA
Mhm.
Knight goes the duck as soon as Jake throws a punch and Jake just knocks out Logan.
I can see that too. I can see that too.
And then while Jake's just
But I
standing
don't
there
I
like
don't know,
what just
man.
happened, hit him with the
I don't know.
BFT.
I just don't put too many things past those Paul brothers, man. And them the who knows what they're capable of doing together. I just it's I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't trust the forces of Paul. I
Mm,
just don't.
they're
But
capable of everything except beating Tommy Fury.
but
Anywho,
my but my money is on LA Knight if the other Paul brother is not present.
mm,
So we'll see how it goes. LA Knight clean,
yeah,
yeah,
cleanish.
cleanish. I don't think anybody would be upset with that. I don't think anybody would be upset if he cheated just a little bit, but in a
Yeah.
way that was like only fair.
Mm-hmm.
Um, match of the night?
No,
No, no.
no. Definitely not match of the night.
All right. WWE Intercontinental Championship, Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. Is this where Braun finally gets that belt, or does Sammy somehow pull through again? And I say somehow like it should be obvious, but at the same time, where are we at?
I Sammy's had his fun, but I think it's time to let it go. SummerSlam is a nice, midway point. It's a nice little spot for you to graciously do the job, if you will. Pass it on to the next guy, make him look dominant in the
Yeah,
sense of doing it. And not diminish the character in any way. So Sammy's got other things he's gonna do eventually. We're gonna need to probably bring Sammy in from the bullpen for the greater good, if you will, or the big bad, if you will,
yeah.
however you want to put it.
Nick
So
Fury will soon be at your door.
yeah, I think pretty soon he's gonna need to assemble with a few people. So I think yeah, this is where Sammy drops it. Braun starts his run, dominating championship run. Not as dominating as Gunther, but still dominating.
He'll
And
be
yeah,
he'll be on as big of a run as that spear will carry him.
yeah.
Um, but I feel like it's time. I feel like Sammy's gonna graciously pass it over in a nice, brutal, close match, and then he's gonna lose gracefully at the end and hand it over to Braun, and then he'll be somebody else's problem.
Hmm.
And Sammy will probably, in some story beat later, be either called in or be freed up to be called into the greater good, to join the Guardians of the Galaxy, um, so to speak, in WWE Universe terms.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I see it as being probably one of the more entertaining matches. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I'd give it 15 minutes of
If it's
probably
if
just hard hitting.
I will say if this is done the right way, this could potentially be a match of the night.
Potentially,
Potentially.
potentially. It depends on how much time they're going to get to work with. I think if they give them 20 minutes, it might be. But I think if they give them a tight 15 to just get a bunch of throws and kicks and, you know what I mean, big spots off in a row and then pass it over to Braun,
Yeah,
maybe
it's
second.
gonna be tough.
Yeah, but it'll definitely be tough. Those are both two guys that still want to go out there and show you that they do it at the highest level. So it'll be impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see it going much further for Sammy. And this is far enough, honestly. I didn't think he ain't even really needed the championship in the first place. So I mean, to have made it all the way to SummerSlam and give it over to whoever they pick next is fine by me. So now we get to this weird spot where there's a multitude of high level matches. I guess Bailey and Nia Jax would be the next high momentum one to get to that's not the upper matches. So Bailey versus Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Championship. I don't have much to say about the story as much as I love Nia Jax and Bailey and even Tiffany Stratton for that matter. But I'll give you my vote. And I, as much as I would hate to say it, I actually think it's probably going to be Bailey.
It kind of does feel that way, doesn't it?
So Duke, you begrudgingly, and yeah, like I almost don't even want to go into it. Like,
So
my pick is Bailey begrudgingly. I have to go against Nia Jax just because the wrestling math is not mathing up enough for me to believe that Nia Jax is going to pull this off.
all right, so at first I was saying Bailey when this match was announced, just because I'm a Bailey fan. I've been a Bailey fan since she was a hugger, so I'm gonna stick by her. And then they started talking on the mic. Nia had the good BBL Bailey comment, but then
Great line.
and still probably one of the best lines she's ever delivered. But I mean, Bailey just started cooking her on the microphone a little bit, and then next week they do the whole backstage segment where it's staged like them in two different rooms, and Bailey starts cooking her there
Smoked her
too.
again, didn't she? That was crazy, right?
Yeah, like it
Where
was.
did that come from? Like
I mean, we know Bailey could talk on the microphone.
yeah,
Not always, but we
but
know
you
she could talk.
expect Nia to
At
go
least,
though.
at least do something on the microphone. But no,
It just looked like she got frustrated.
it was like just so one-sided. It wasn't even funny. It was just like, damn,
Yeah,
damn, and
started to
then
look weird.
damn. Like it
I'll tell you though, what doesn't help is adding Tiffany Stratton to the story though. Like as much as it
no,
shouldn't be, as much as it shouldn't be as much of a bother because of the imposing intimidation of Naya. I don't know. I mean, unless Naya's physical intimidation is what they're having lead and having Bailey use her charisma as what she's better at so that it seems equal. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's staged to go the way that it's going, the way the
yeah,
promos are set up. Maybe it's story beat that Bailey's beating her in promos, but not in the ring. But I think the added effect of Tiffany Stratton just creates confusion. Just too much
yeah,
confusion on Nia's end for me to feel like she's gonna get it done. If it was just Bailey and Nia straight up, I'd probably be rooting for Nia.
mm-hmm,
But I'll tell you what, if I could provide some fantasy booking for the writing staff, it would be lovely if Nia has this whole thing with Tiffany Stratton and it goes array and it ends up costing her the championship at the end, what have you. And Nia decides, it would be really nice to have some people I actually could trust that were around me so that I could just do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be very nice if she crossed Solo Sokoa in the hall during whatever promo she's letting this out.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'd be very nice if a month from now, or maybe heading in Survivor Series, Nia was to get a group of, I don't know, Tongans to maybe clear a path
Some
so
twins
that
would
there
be
was
nice.
no distractions and they could just be Nia and the women's champion. And now no one's getting in the way of Nia destroying somebody she should be destroying
Yeah,
without any interruptions. You know, it'd
having
be
a
nice.
having a set of twins as backup would help. I mean, look at Roman when he had his twins.
Would be nice. But, you know, that's just me. But as for now, I gotta go Bailey.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the same boat as you. Not even for bias reasons, even though some may see it that way, but it's just because the writing's on the wall. It looks like Bailey's gonna not mop the floor with Nia, but just be the one to walk out in this match.
Women's match to women's match, or do we feel like we should save that? Is that one of the higher rivalries? Because now we're getting into the big money matches. We
We
can
can.
what's your top four, right? Rank them in order of where you find them important, and then maybe we'll work out where to talk about them.
All
Live
right,
on air
so
for you guys. There's Punk
for,
and Drew.
I know the four matches that are left, so
Okay.
I'm gonna go from most important to the least important. We're gonna
Yep.
go Cody Solo number one. Um, Mommy and Liv two.
It gets tricky.
Um, then I'm gonna have to go Gunther, Damien three, and then Punk and Drew four.
Okay, so let's talk Punk and Drew, man. Punk and Drew, special guest referee Seth Rollins, in one of the probably more built up stories of the last few months.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, where are you at? Where are you at? Is it
I'm
gonna be
at.
Punk? Is it gonna be Drew?
All right, so I'm saying it's
Does
gonna
Seth
be
get
Punk.
involved?
I'm saying it's gonna be Punk that wins, just because it's the dude's first match back. It literally is this, like, I don't think a lot of people have realized it because he's been back for almost a year,
Yeah.
but it's his first match. Like, we're not counting the Rumble here. It is literally his first match since he's been back.
Yeah, but it's not like he's not under very weird circumstances.
Yeah, but still, like, and I think that's why the special referee thing is gonna play a factor, because I think it's gonna be a misfire of some sort. Like, Seth's gonna try to hit one of them, and he winds up hitting the other one.
Oh, so you think it's gonna be like um Brett versus Taker with Sean
Yeah,
as the catch referee?
yeah, I think Seth's gonna try to hit somebody, and he's gonna miss, and then he's gonna hit the wrong person, and then count the 1, 2, 3. And then as he's counting the 1, 2, 3, he rolls out the ring, and he's like, "Damn it, it's not what I wanted." And I think it's gonna be Punk that he counts the 1, 2, 3 for.
Yeah, they've
Punk.
been calling Punk the Deadpool of WWE.
I mean, yeah, right now he kind of is,
He is just able to kind of exist and make fun of people and kind of do what he wants to an extent.
and he's pissing
Um,
off our Wolverine.
he's pissing. Ugh, Drew's our Wolverine.
I'm just going Seth because of the long hair and the beard.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. But I can see that. I can see that. And then, do we get the triple threat? Do we get a one-on-one? How does this go?
See, I don't know, because you would think you would get the one-on-one with Seth, But I feel like after that, you kind of got to do a triple threat, right? Because they're both gonna want to beat the hell out of Punk afterwards.
And
But normally,
how does this get back to the Punk and Drew match that it should be? Do we just never return to that, or
no, we're there right now, right?
are we? I feel like this isn't the ending that they maybe had wanted. And we kind of shoehorned a third guy into this thing that was just the two of you.
Look, I feel like this is their way of giving the one-on-one match that they wanted, but still planning in our heads, we know the real one-on-one match that we want to make, and this is it right here.
Are they WWEing this? Are they
Yeah, I think like they're just
is this
planning
The
to
Rock
see,
all over again? This is
like,
this
look, we're
is
giving you this right now. We are gonna give you this, but just so we know, this is the one we really want over here. So
right,
we're gonna
right.
leave a piece of this match here. Let this match play out, and then once this match plays out and it's all said and done, we're gonna take that
Mhm.
piece and put it right over here, and this is what we're gonna really make the most important one.
And then we'll get final boss Seth Rollins.
Yeah, pretty much.
Um, I'm not opposed to that. I think they if they carry it out to Bad Blood and just have a banger of a 3-way, and
You know,
maybe they can get to maybe they can get to a better
Bad Blood is what,
one-on-one later.
October?
I believe so.
I wouldn't be mad with that.
Yeah.
Would not be mad with that. I would be happy with this culminating out of Bad Blood. It just makes
Because
perfect sense.
I think you could get enough of the variations out over the months, and then by Bad Blood everyone will be sick of it and we'll be like, all right, can you guys just
Yeah, because then we gotta prep for War Games.
yeah, yeah, can you guys just go kill each other so we can move on to something bigger?
Yeah.
All right, that being said, what do we have at number 3? We got to talk the world championship, the
Mm-hmm.
world heavyweight championship held by one Damian Priest, El Campeon, versus Gunther, the winner of the King of the Ring, who I gotta say has to have the biggest odds in this. I can't imagine there's a lot of momentum of people behind Damian Priest not being the underdog in this scenario. Where are you at? Are you picking Damian? Are you picking Gunther? Do you really think Damian has a chance? Is this a story beat?
You know what? I will say, I think Damien in this match, WWE or the writing team for that matter, has been trying to give him a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in most of the title matches he's had to this point, he kind of does. But I think it's more because of like how Priest has been when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to Gunther. Like every time he's seen Gunther, ever since Gunther made that one comment, every time he's seen him, it's been like on site. Like Gunther talks in the ring, Priest comes out, Priest is like, I'm tired of this shit, and just punches him in the face. Then they start rumbling backstage, or they rumble in the ring. Security got to come out. So they've done a good job at making this like when I see you is on site for Priesty. But the caveat of that is all the other Judgment Day stuff that's going on. It kind of throws a wrench into the thinking. It's like, all right, now normally I would think Priest is gonna lose here to Gunther, but damn,
Now we're doing with
now he's on site every time he sees him. He's doing the Judgment Day stuff over here. It's like,
adding in all the Judgment Day stuff. It kind of now we're doing wrestling trigonometry. We moved up a level, so now it's
yeah,
kind of tricky because you're not really sure. We're not really sure what Finn's up to and when he's gonna conclude on whatever he's up to. And some wrestling math would make you think that, all right, well, if he's gonna turn, what better time to shatter his world and like maybe
yeah.
take lead of the Judgment Day if you cost Priest and get him kicked out. But at the same time, Priest's storyline would kind of insinuate that he's fighting for all of the Judgment Day if
If
he's going up against Gunther. So why would they then choose to turn their back on him? You know what I mean?
if If you would have asked me
those
this
weird
2 weeks
pretenses.
ago, I would have said Gunther 100% wins.
No doubt.
See, and it's I'm tough.
I think that was the assumption when he won the King of the Ring. All right,
Now
he's gonna be champ.
I'm not sure because I have another theory in mind. So I'm God, dude, both.
Is it because of the story that you feel like now it might not be
You know what? I'm
so close? Because I think that's the power of great storytelling.
Yeah, and I'm not mad about it. It's like because normally we can predict things fairly easily, and this one makes it kind of tough. So
It's all in the angle. That's the only reason we thought Eddie could beat Brock.
you know what? I'm gonna stick with my guns here. I'm gonna say Gunther wins, but not 100%. Like I'm Gunther wins, question mark. Like I think he wins, but I'm not sure. But I'm gonna stick with my guns and not switch it up. I'm gonna go Gunther.
Do you think it's by way of Judgment Day turning on Damian?
Quite possibly. Possibly.
And you got to wonder where that puts. If that's the case, you do have to wonder where that also puts Rhea, because that means something has to happen. Oh, here we go. Moving on to the next match.
Yeah.
What might also be coinciding with the story is the women's championship match between the WWE Women's Championship match between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Where does Dom fall in all of this? Where does Finn fall in all of this? What's really going on? You know what I mean? Is this a thing between? Because at the end of this could turn out to be, depending on who wins and how it happens, an entire separation of the Judgment Day.
I think I have a good idea here. And maybe I'm completely wrong in this thinking, but I think it's a good idea in my head. So hear me out here. A couple weeks ago, Dominic and Damian got into a little bit of a disagreement backstage. So where Dominic made the remarks, "You sound like my dad." And Damian was like, "No, I'm starting to understand your dad." Fast forward, Priest has a little bit of a plan. He brings back Mommy, maybe earlier than anticipated.
You think he brought her back?
I think a little earlier than anticipated, maybe. And then, that forces Dom to think a little bit. And then Finn's been thinking a little bit too.
Finn has been thinking a little bit.
I think Liv's even in the dark kind of.
It is bad when people are thinking, isn't it? It is always. They always paint that picture. If you're thinking outside of the group thought, then something's going on.
Yeah. And then remember a couple days ago, Dom posted on his Instagram, "Happy birthday" to his stepdad. And it was Finn Balor.
Oh, the seeds.
Yeah. So I think if
the seeds of deceit.
I think in the match we talked about previous, Finn may cost Damian. And then in the next match that we're on now, Rhea versus Liv, I think Dom could intentionally this time cost Rhea, causing Liv to retain. And we have a new sort of Judgment Day-ish group with Finn, Dom, JD, Carlito, and Liv.
That's wild. Yo.
Because then you have your new leader. You have your new leader. And then you take away the two biggest monsters of the group, pretty much.
And once again, Finn Balor uproots the leaders of Judgment Day.
Yeah, right?
Twice he cleanses the group for himself.
And think about it. he's got nobody there to question his judgment. He's the tag team champion with JD.
Yep. JD's
He's
a
got
young bull.
He's got his stepson Dom and the lovely, daughter-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got the funny
he's
uncle
too
with
tied up in
Carlito.
Live to care.
He's got the funny uncle with Carlito.
Right. Carlito's no real threat to me. I get to just be dominant leader again. I can probably pass this title down to one of them two and go get what I really want. Yeah, it's a smart thing. I like where your head's at, man.
He pulls he pulls the old school higher power card. It was me, Austin. It was me all along. Dom didn't know anything. It was me.
And if anyone knows about cleansing a group, starting anew, and making it better, it would be the current leader of WWE. All right. I dig that. I think that could make for a very big night for SummerSlam. I think that's exactly the kind of stories we're going for here. I think you're on to something. I didn't see that playing out so perfectly, but that was great. And then we talk. Is there only one match left? I think it's just the WWE World Heavyweight Undisputed WWE Championship. Sorry, they renamed it. It's just Undisputed WWE Championship. Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline, the Tribal Chief Solo Sikoa, some say, and Cody Rhodes, the Undisputed WWE Champion, the American Nightmare, putting it all on the line. All of his friends, dusted, deserted, taken out. No Uso, no RKO, no KO, nothing. It's him and Solo Sikoa. Does Solo come out on top? Is this a traditional bloodline screw job, or
no?
Does somebody come to save the day? Does Cody just beat him clean? What happens?
No,
what happens? You've predicted a perfect Judgment Day cleansing, but can you tell me the end of Cody versus Solo?
If I can predict it, or just
well, give me your prediction first. We are doing predictions. I do also predict Gunther though. By the way,
yeah.
I am also predicting Gunther because I didn't say that last time, and I am predicting Liv just because I feel like it's so early to put it on Rhea. That it might just be Liv. Yeah. So now that we got that over with, tell me, is it Cody or is it Solo? How do we do this?
It's Cody.
It's Cody.
It's Cody. Yeah. So my way of thinking here, right? We have Solo, Tonga Loa, Tama Tonga, Jacob with Cody, right? So that's a 4-on-1.
4-on-1.
Cody's getting back up. It's gonna be Randy.
Where? From where?
It's gonna be Randy. It's gonna be Randy.
They all just reassemble.
It's gonna be Kevin. So that gives us 3. And then, we get a wise man appearance. Paul comes out. And then he does the announcement of the tribal chief. And then that music just hits.
I think that cost him the match. Yeah. I think the bloodline with the power of Jacob Fatu run through RKO. Yeah, that's the name, right?
Their name is RKO.
Team RKO.
Team RKO.
Team RKO. I think Fatu runs through everybody again. And then right when Solo has him, in the palm of his hands during the wake up taunt, if you will, that Paul spot will happen, and then that distraction will probably cost them the match right there. And then they'll probably have to we'll probably just go right into a bloodline segment. I think. I'm not really sure what happens with Cody, whether he disappears, whether he shakes somebody's hand or whatever. But
I'm pretty sure.
Do you think? You know what? Keeping in line with one of your theories that Cody's the fourth man in the War Games. I could see Cody saying, when asked like about a strategy or whatever, like I'm not going in alone. I made a few calls.
Mm-hmm.
And then us thinking the calls are Kevin Owens and Randy, and then the third call being Roman Reigns and him like shaking Roman's hand as he walks to the back after retaining. I
Mm-hmm.
could see this. I could see this. That would fall
Yeah.
perfectly.
And Roman has always said he respects Cody.
Mm-hmm. I
We
could see
might be at
that.
that time where Roman's had a nice little what April, May,
Sabbatical.
June, July. He's had a nice little 4-month break.
Mm-hmm.
Good enough vacation for anybody, get recouped, get rejuvenated. I think it's that time he steps out that cryo chamber and returns to the island of relevancy and sits back at the head of the table.
I'm so excited for it, but
And then just imagine if Paul is the first one that walks out. All you hear is "ladies and gentlemen,"
I
and
wouldn't
then
have gotten goosebumps like that since WrestleMania 20 when Paul Bearer came out to let everybody know the Undertaker was returning. Yeah. I think that'd be an amazing play. I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up, man. It's the tribal chief. You know what I'm saying? And in my heart of hearts, I know Solo is not really the tribal chief. To be the man, you have to beat the man in ritual combat of some sort. And I just don't believe. I don't. As much as he keeps calling Roman out, I don't believe.
yeah, man, it's
And then what is
oh,
Jacob going to do? Or is Jacob actually a plant, like some people said he might be?
I don't know. I don't think Jacob's the plant.
You think there's somebody else that's a plant there?
Yeah, there could be. I don't think it's Jacob.
You don't think it's Jacob?
No.
Um,
My
but
money
yeah,
would be I'll be fully transparent here. My
yeah.
money would be on one of the two Tongans.
You think one of the Tongans is the plug? Is the
Think about it. You have the
mm,
Tongan who always messes up, or you have the right hand man. Usually, when somebody turns or somebody flips in wrestling math, it's always the one who's on the right hand side.
I gotta go back and study this. You might be on something. You might be on to something here.
I mean, I'm not saying it's for bad reasons only.
Right, 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 right.
Sometimes the right hand flips for a good reason.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
That's you know what though. There was a bit of confusion when Fatu first showed up.
Yeah,
There was a bit of confusion.
because isn't Thomas supposed to be the right hand man? But now it kind of feels like Jacob's the right hand man.
It does kind of feel like we're Jacob, and it doesn't seem like they got told about Jacob, and they never addressed that.
Mm-hmm.
They just kind of skated right
Run
past
with
it.
it.
Yeah. So we never know, man. There's hidden layers to this story, which I love. But as for the predictions, I think we both been kind of even the whole card. I'm going Cody. Um, I'm going Damian. I mean, I'm going Cody. I'm going Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Bailey. I'm going Liv. I think everyone retains except Logan Paul. If the other Paul brother is not present, that is the
Mm-hmm.
only asterisk. Should another Paul brother show up, I'm flipping sides.
Yeah,
But
and you're
other than
going
that,
Braun, right?
yeah. But other than
Yeah,
that, I think
so
we're pretty down the middle.
yeah, we're pretty much the same, except for if the other Paul brother shows up.
Hmm. But
Yeah.
give us your thoughts. That's our predictions, guys. We've been here podding for a little over a half hour, and if you've watched this entire time, maybe hit a like, maybe hit a subscribe if you haven't already, because
Mm-hmm.
it's been a half hour. Thanks for hanging with us. If you skip to the end just to see what we thought about Cody or Solo or what have you, we got you. You skip right to the part where you like the video, so
Exactly.
go do that. Subscribe, follow us on all platforms. If you hit that Linktree link in the bio, if you're watching this on YouTube, to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We have a website, dangerousdriverswebsite.com.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have? We're probably going to start posting on LinkedIn. I don't know, MySpace.
Yeah, MySpace can make a comeback.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll be able to get this on LimeWire too. Who knows? Maybe LimeWire can make a comeback.
And on demand for $9.99. No,
you're welcome, Hunter.
Even though soon we should be starting a Patreon. But thanks for watching, guys. Thank you for making it to the end. We really appreciate it. I've been Stevie Jobber.
And I've been Dangerous Duke.
And this has been the Dangerous Jobbers SummerSlam predictions. I almost said Survivor Series. I almost said Survivor Series.
Hey, that's just a sign. But that's just a sign of things to come.
The SummerSlam predictions. Stay up, stay blessed, and everybody, Duke, please
stay dangerous.
People have been asking me
to be the best in the world.
Why, Eddie, why?